Hello and welcome to Janky Angle, the review show where we don't use a tripod because it's in storage. You're propped up on not one, not two, but three Amazon boxes. Hope you enjoy it. Today, we are going to figure out which one of these four Bluetooth transmitters is the one we want to use. These are for airplanes or your TV or any device that you want to connect a Bluetooth speaker to that doesn't have a Bluetooth built in but only has like a spot for an aux cable, and vice versa. So for instance, your car, if you wanted to send Bluetooth audio to your car and your car only has aux in, most of these also work as a receiver. Most of them do double duty. I think one of them doesn't. Anyways, we're going to review them. Basically, I'm going to give you the answer up front, and then if you want to hang around and watch me struggle, it'll be entertaining. So this is probably my favorite. This is my favorite. I'll give you a few reasons. It's my favorite because the thing itself talks you through the process of pairing, and it tells you what you're paired to. It tells you what you could pair to, and it tells you. It's just very communicative. It's also pretty easy to figure out. Like, you don't need instructions for it for the most part. The only thing you really need instructions for is resetting what it's been paired to, which you do by holding down the volume buttons and waiting. And then you clear the pairing history. And then from here, you can pair to stuff. And it tells you what you're paired to. The second favorite is probably this guy. This is the classical winner, the popular one. Probably the inventor of the category, the AirFly from 12 South. And that's because it's relatively simple and it works pretty well. But it doesn't have quite as much feedback as this one does. So like this one tells you devices to choose to pair to, and this one just, you kind of hold whatever you want to pair to it close, and it usually works. But this gives you more control. This one I really dislike because the way it pairs is different than basically any other Bluetooth device I've ever used. Most Bluetooth devices, to put them in pairing mode, you hold down the button and it goes into pairing mode. This one, if you hold down the button, it disconnects from whatever it was paired to last. If you want to pair, you have to press the button twice. I had to read the instructions to figure that out, which is just kind of an automatic fail. Beyond that, so basically, if I ever paired something to this, it was because of dumb luck. But it is simple. So yeah, this one I really wanted to love because it has a volume knob on the side. But the problem with this one is it's also relatively unintuitive. So this one, there's one button for on, off, select, and pair. And that's a disaster. It's just a disaster. What do you want me to say? It's a disaster. So even though this one has a lot in common with this one in terms of interface, well, they both have screens. I guess that's all they have in common. But, like, I just don't like it. Okay, time to watch me struggle. This is what you came here for. We're going to do... what are we going to struggle with first? We're going to struggle with the classic. So let's see. Let's turn this one off. Let's make sure they're all off, because if they're on, they interfere with each other. That one's off. This one is off. So kind of the standard for the category is the AirFly. And so let's do the basic. The only quirk this one has is you've got to pair the first pair of headphones before the second. So you can't like just have a second pair of headphones paired. Start with this one, then you move to this one. So for this one, it's got a on-off switch. So we'll turn it on. And then what we're going to do is it's blinking, which I believe that means reconnect, but this is the point. You really shouldn't need to read the manual. So like with any other Bluetooth device in the history of Bluetooth devices, I'm just going to hold the pair button down until it gives me a unique flashing pattern. In this case, it does the red, white, red, white. So I'm going to hold it down until it gives me the red, white. There we go. See how it's going red, white, red, white, red, white? You can kind of really see it. And I'm going to open up my AirPods, hold down the button on the back to put them in pairing mode. And they're going to flash, and they make the noise, and they go whoosh. And you put them near each other, and ba-ding! The AirPods think they're connected. But but this thing doesn't. See? You get to watch me struggle. Okay, so I'm going to try it again. Just going to press and hold it down. Where's the button on the back? Okay, it's made the noise. They're next to each other. They're syncing up, blinking. Oh, that's funny. And then it worked. So now this is paired, and the way I know that is it's gone from a blinky light to a solid light. Everybody's happy. Now, we want to pair a second device. So this thing, it's very simple. There's a pair button, there's a pair button. So now we want to do another device. Let's do my Bose headphones. So to put the Bose headphones in pairing mode, I'm going to take the little slider and hold it forwards until this light indicator turns blue. When it goes blue and starts blinking, that means it's in pairing mode. So then I'm going to take this guy, hold him down until he goes into pairing mode, which I will know about because it'll go blue, orange, blue, orange. Now it's pairing mode. So now I set them next to each other and I wait for the lights to sync up and boom, it paired. So that's pretty easy, right? Pretty straightforward. Now this thing isn't going to give you a readout, tell you about who you're connected to or why, but you know, it's there. And then it's got volume buttons. There's a few quirks with the volume buttons. First is if you want to mute for some reason, why you would want to do this is a bit beyond me. But if you wanted to mute, you double tap the minus button. And if you want to control volume, you have to be patient about it. So now it's flashing to show that it's muted. I'm going to unmute it, double tap. It'll also show you battery level. If you're a masochist and you want to know about it in this fashion, you double click plus. And it goes blink, 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 blink. And every blink is 25%. So it's fully charged. So as long as you remember that, you're good to go. So now to adjust volume up and down, you can't spam the buttons. You can't go click, 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 or click, 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 click. You gotta go click, 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 click. Like give it a minute. Give it some pause. That's how you have to deal with this guy. So he's the category leader. He's simple. He's no frills. There's no pairing history. You hold down the button to pair. It flashes. You put it near the thing. You're good to go. That's how it is. Okay, we're going to turn him off so he doesn't interfere with the next guy. For our next contestant, I'll show you my favorite. And then after that, we'll do a struggle session together with the ones that I hate. So this guy, a kind of a cool thing, his on-off switch and his transmit-receive switch are one switch. So receive is for when you want to receive a Bluetooth signal and send it out of the audio connector. That's what you want to do if you're hooking up to the aux in your car or some other speaker that doesn't have Bluetooth capabilities that you want to become a Bluetooth speaker. Transmit is the airplane one, where you plug it into the headphone jack on an airplane and you can use your Bluetooth headphones on an airplane. Or you plug it into your TV and you can use a Bluetooth speaker with your TV. We want transmit, so we're going to switch that switch up. First of all, good manners. It says welcome. It goes right into pairing mode, which is what we want. And so we're going to just pair the same two devices. So we're going to open up the AirPods, long press the back. Those are going to go ding. Oh, right away they pop up as a thing I could pair with. Now just for fun, we're going to do these two. We're going to give it options. So we're going to long press the bow or pull the thing on the Bose to put it in pairing mode. And you notice pretty much right away, they're both right there on the screen. So I could pick either one of these. Even though I turned on the AirPods and put them in pairing mode first, I could pick either one. Now suppose I wanted to make it hard. I could turn on another pair of headphones.
Battery 30%.
And I could put them in pairing mode.
Another device.
And then that'll show up on this list too. And give it a few seconds. There we go. So 3 devices. So this thing just really quickly shows you what you got. So let's say I want the Bose QC45s as my primaries. Primary and secondary doesn't matter, just for the sake of example. I'm going to hit OK. Connecting. And they're connected. Now notice, this is my very favorite thing about this one. It tells you how to connect the next pair of headphones. It says, hold OK to connect the second device. And I go, wait a minute, I don't have to do anything. It's just like, yeah, if you want a second device, go for it. Okay, I want a second device. I hold OK. and it goes back into pairing mode. And now it's going to go back to that menu in a second where it's going to show me. So the Bose micro sound link is still in pairing mode, but the AirPods are not. So I'm going to put the AirPods back in pairing mode.
Ready to connect another device.
And then it's going to be flash, flash, flash. It's in pairing mode. And almost right away, that second item on the menu is what I want, the AirPods. I'm going to navigate down to them and hit OK. Ba-ding! And look at that. They're both connected. And it tells you what you have connected. It tells you the devices. So that way you're not in the dark. You're not like, oh, I forgot. What did I connect? You know, what device do I have going on what? It just tells you. It's very nice. It's very convenient. Let's see what else. Obviously, it looks like an iPod, so extra credit for that. Just sort of pandering to the millennials, I guess. These are the select buttons. It has play pause, but that's not for this mode. That's for if you're using this to connect a non-Bluetooth speaker as a Bluetooth speaker, you can do play pause or skip tracks. But basically, that's it. This thing's great. It's very simple. And if I want to reset, I could just push both of these again. I think if I wanted to reconnect, I could, if I push OK, or if I hold OK, it'll go back into pairing mode. And then it'll let me pick something again. So it's just very basic, very simple, easy to know what you're doing. So if I hit OK and I click this other speaker, now it'll tell me what I'm connected to.
Connected to.
Yep. So it started over.
And Banana Pad Limited Edition.
And so I'm not wondering, what am I connected to? It says I'm connected to this Bose sound link and nothing else. Oh, it just auto-connected to AirPods. So it also remembers things that you previously connected to and will just automatically connect to them again, which is great if you turn the thing off. The other thing I was worried about, if this screen would be really bright at night or in an airplane specifically, it does turn itself off after a while. So initially it's on and then it turns itself off. And it's also, it's not a super bright screen to begin with. So this is my favorite. There's only one thing I dislike about this one, and it's that when I plugged it into my other set of Bose speakers and I grabbed this to pull it out, how did I even, this came off. So you'll notice the little sleeve separated from this plastic piece. So this one probably has some quality issues, but like it also has a wire right there. That's a ground wire. That's a good thing. A ground wire right there means that it's grounded to this. That's what you want. You want ground wires grounded to the metal contacts outside of a device. That's what they're for. So even though it's a quality issue, given overall user experience, this would be my recommendation. It's awesome. And it's also cute. How often do you get functional and cute in one happy package? Now it's time for more suffering. So for now, if you want no buttons and a big brand, you get this one. If you want a little more feedback, interaction, and ease of use, you get this one, which is, I think, the one I'm going to be keeping. If you want to use a device that pairs with a button sequence, unlike any other, so if you want just like mild pain in your life, maybe this one. This is I guess if you really like this one, but you don't want to spend this kind of money, this one's like $60. This one's $20. If you want something that basically looks like that one, but is cheaper, this is an option. I don't like it. Here's why. Turn this thing on. Okay, it has battery indication on the side. That's a good thing. To pair things, every other Bluetooth device here, the way you put it in pairing mode is you press and hold the pair button. Not this device. This device is a special rainbow unicorn. And to put this thing in pairing mode, you press twice. 1, 2. Now it's in pairing mode, little unicorn, special rainbow. So then you can go over here and you can take your AirPods and you hold down the button and you put them in pairing mode. And it says, oh, there's AirPods. And then and they happily connect to each other. Now that did work really well. So credit for that. Very fast pairing, worked well. But I don't like that it's a different button sequence. So double click this one. Didn't put it in pairing mode, double click. Now it's in pairing mode. Now I can take my Bose headphones, slide this over, put them in pairing mode. Are they going to go into pairing mode, or are they just going to complain about being low on battery? I think they're low on battery and they're upset about it. Well, the good news is I have this other pair of headphones to pair. This thing isn't in pairing mode anymore, so I'm going to double click it. Get orange, blue. Put these in pairing mode. And I expect it to work relatively quickly. This will be the test, I suppose. Okay, it's not working. Try this device again. Okay, it's in pairing mode. I think. Yeah, okay. Let's try this device.
Connected to EID. Ready to connect another device.
Okay.
BI200 disconnected. Banana Pad Limited Edition disconnected. Connected to UGREN BT305.
Okay. So this thing says it's connected to this device. This device seems to think it's still pairing. And the best feedback we get is just the little LEDs in the front, which are minimalist. That's nice, but I just don't like it. Like, we're still not sure what we're paired to here, so that's annoying. I'm gonna shut it off. This one also doesn't do the transmit feature. This only is for transmitting Bluetooth to headphones. It will not transmit. It will not receive Bluetooth from your phone and send it through the aux cable. This one, this one's annoying because of the button layout. So what it's got going for it is it has a volume knob, very convenient for adjusting volume. These other devices, I told you about his volume, thwack, like slowly. This guy has really nice kind of phone rocker style volume, very easy to interact with. It even has a display on screen to let you know battery percent or volume percentage. This one has a knob. The knob is great, very convenient, except pairing to this thing is just annoying. So first of all, I had to look up the manual to know how to pair things, which again, not a good sign. Bluetooth devices have worked mostly the same for 15 or 20 years. They don't need to reinvent the wheel, but they have. Because the power button, the select button, and the Bluetooth pair button are all the same button. You heard me right. So I hit this button twice, but slower. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 and 2 and... Oh, it really doesn't care today. Oh, is that like a... Here we go. There we go. Really quick double click. So it's sensitive about that. It's going to go into a searching mode. It's going to show us a screen similar to the iPod one, but worse. It just doesn't work as well. So it's searching. It won't go into that other screen until it receives a pairing request. So I'm going to put these in pairing mode. And so they're going to send pairing request. And once this receives that, it's going to open a new screen. There we go. See? Now Beats Tiger Buds are on the menu.
Ready to connect.
This one, though, I'm going to put this one into pairing mode. I think it's in pairing mode. Okay.
Ready to connect.
Okay, so these are both in pairing mode. This thing is quit. So notice I waited, so it left pairing mode. So now I have to reactivate that with a double click. Go back to search mode. And while it's in search mode, it should discover two devices. The Tiger Buds and the QC and these guys. But it's not noticing this one. So it's not wanting to connect to it. So basically, this thing's a lot more inconsistent about noticing devices. It does notice them if you give it time and you baby it, but I don't want to give it time and I don't want to baby it, especially when its cousin here with a screen that gives me all the same info, walks me through the process and doesn't leave the screen until I'm ready. Like, watch this. If I hit hold OK to connect the second device, it goes into pairing mode. And it's not going to leave this screen. See, it sees this other Bose one right away. So then I add this to the mix.
Ready to connect.
And it should see the Beats Tiger Buds right away as well. Yep, right there. So it doesn't leave the screen. It isn't closing it on you. This thing, if I go into pairing mode and you don't pick something right away, it exits pairing mode. So you kind of have to be on top of it. This one you can relax. So anyways, all that to say, I was kind of thinking I'd just enjoy this guy because of his cute iPod appearance, but beauty is more than skin deep in the case of this teeny tiny iPod lookalike. It also has a lifetime warranty, I guess. So anyways, yep. I hope this was helpful. Have a good one. Till next time on The Janky Angle.